For this abstract paint technique, place a sheet of paper underneath some glass. I'm using grey paper for this, but you can use any color. Also, you'll need something to stamp it with, so here I've got a thick piece of cardboard. I'm taping down the glass just to make sure it doesn't move, and placing some acrylic paint onto the glass itself. Use a couple of colors and be quite generous with the paint. Now, with a flat piece of cardboard or wood, start to slide the colors together and pull up on the board to create some texture. Continue to stamp until interesting patterns start to emerge. While the paint is still wet, you can photograph it and get some beautiful catch lights on it, or you can let it dry and you will have a matte finish. At any stage you can add additional colors of paint and continue to build the abstract. Because we're going to be rephotographing it, try to make sure the area you work in is large enough. Continue to place layer after layer until the desired effect is achieved. You can photograph from directly above or at an acute angle, like in this example where shallow depth of field is now evident. Don't just discard the stamps, because sometimes they have some beautiful abstract patterns on them as well. Using a comb, brush through a pattern into the paint itself. Don't let the paint get too dry before doing this. Using different techniques, beautiful rhythmic lines can be formed. You can also scratch the glass, similar to what we did with the overlay that we created using paint a while back. And use your phone to give you an idea of what the abstract will look like close up. Lastly, you can also use spray paint, just as we've done before. If the spray paint is still wet, you're going to get a nice sheen off the abstract. Use a metallic paint, and then, depending on the angle of your light, photograph it while it's still wet, and you can get the most stunning results. Lastly, you can use some paper on the top of the abstract to create texture. This is a nice thick 300 gram fine art paper. What I'm also going to do is, once it's been stuck down, is I'm going to use the stamp to continue to add pattern on top of the paper itself. Besides paper, you could use linen, you could use canvas, you could use just about anything that has a texture to it to apply over the actual abstract itself. And then you lift it. You can lift these little pieces up that will give you elevation and put a light shadow onto the abstract. And then remember, once photographed, they can be enlarged up really big to make an impressive display.